What's up guys, it's Ivan Barnes here. Today's video is how to install a floating shelf. That's right, we're going to install a floating shelf. Floating shelves are awesome, a little more of a sleek appearance, give a nice look to any room. So this is my son's room that we're in today. He's got a new little L-shaped gaming table here, but he needs some extra shelf space in his room. So we've got a total of 4 floating shelves that we're going to hang. And for today's product review, it's the Origin21 floating shelf that you can purchase at Lowe's. Okay, so we picked up 4 of these, so we're going to just go ahead and hang these up. All right, so here's a look at the box that it comes in. This one I've already taken out of the packaging. Let me just set the assembly tools and equipment aside. But yeah, so you've got your shelf, and inside your shelf, so this bracket comes out. And you can see it's got all the holes pre-drilled. So this is just going to be mounted up against the wall, and then you can go ahead and just slide this in, and then it's got 2 little areas here where you'll put screws in to fix the shelf to the bracket. So in terms of the equipment tools you need a drill. It's a 3/8 inch drill bit, and that's important, and then a screwdriver, and then your screws, and then your drywall anchors come in the little package. And then it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 easy steps. All right. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is kind of eyeball out the height and the position where you want the shelf. This is the height that we like it. So we made a little mark underneath, right there on the wall with a pencil. And then what you're going to want to do is get a level and go ahead and extend that mark. Make sure you're nice and level. Just get that nice and straight there, perfectly level. And go ahead and make a nice mark. Okay. And then when you're mounting the bracket, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this on the video, but there's a little arrow right here on the bracket that points up. It's important that that's actually pointing up. That comes in handy when you're screwing your screws in the bottom. It has these little dents, so the screw goes in there and holds it into place. So just pay attention to that. All right, and since we wanted this to go right in the corner, we're gonna measure the distance from these first holes that are right here on the edge all the way to the edge of the shelf. Since we want this side of the shelf to be right up in the corner of the wall, it's right about 12.5 inches to the edge here. So we'll go ahead and measure that as well. We'll make a little mark right there. 12.5 inches over from the wall, aligning with that first hole. So I'm just gonna go in, and I've got the level line that I drew running through the center of each hole. Okay, as you can see, this first mark, which is 12.5 inches over, second mark here, third mark, fourth mark. So X marks the spot where these lines here cross the level line. That's where you're gonna drill your holes. All right, so the first hole. All right, and you'll just feel the drill. If you've never drilled through drywall, it's thin, so you just drill maybe a 1/2 inch, boom, pop right through, maybe even less. But I'm just doing my best to get it nice and centered, because the more centered it is right on the X that you mark, the more level it's gonna be. 3. Gonna make a mess, so it's nice if you have a little vacuum. I actually got my teenage son involved here today, doing a little bit of the work. How's it going, E? Okay, now that you've got your holes drilled, it's time to insert the anchors. Okay, so I've pushed it in as far as it will go here, and then what you're gonna want to do is use a hammer and tap it like that until it's all the way in there flush, till the threads are all the way touching the wall. Okay, and now that it's set, you can come with the screwdriver. Oh, look at that, it broke. Now that can happen sometimes. Okay, so you see there, I did everything by the book, and this plastic thing, the anchor still, it split, it broke off. But I still have some plastic in there, so don't fret. I'll show you what to do if this happens to you. It'll probably happen. My guess is that this drywall is older and it's harder than these. Sometimes these anchors are for like newer drywall that's softer. You know, this wall is old school back in the day when construction materials were built to last. So there's enough plastic in here that I'll be able to drill a screw right into it. So this extra plastic material here, I'm just gonna take a razor. There it goes. Next, we go ahead and sink our screws through the bracket into the drywall. Okay, again, look for your arrow that points up. Let's go. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. For this one, we will go ahead and use the drill. We've got 2. I'm going to go ahead and just tighten these up with the screwdriver. 2 more. Okay, you just got to be careful when you're using the power drill not to over drill it into the drywall. But we've got 4 screws in there. It seems to be in there pretty good, nice and snug as such. Thumbs up. Okay, we got that aligned. Ooh, nice and snug in the corner. That's good. Tap it into place. Okay. Booyakasha. All right, guys, I had to tap it into place because it was a little snug on the edge there. But have a look. That's it from above. Looking nice over into this corner here. All right. And there you go. There is a floating shelf. All right. So the anchor's totally worked out. That's the trickiest part of the whole thing. And now just the final step is to go ahead and get these little screws. Yeah, these guys. Up in the bottom, up into these holes. There it goes. Okay. All right, guys. So shelf number 1 is in place. We're gonna just kind of repeat that same process for 3 more shelves. That way, we've got nice two levels of corner shelves in here. Should give my son plenty of room for all his little just anything he wants to put up there. But hope you guys are enjoying the video. Stick around. We'll give you a final look at the project here when we get these other 3 shelves installed. All right, we've got 2 in. Since I'm doing a corner shelf here, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to want to measure from the edge all the way to that first hole on the bracket. Again, it's a little more than 12.5. And we're going to drill again. And here we are with the final look at the floating shelves. Check them out. Man, it turned out awesome. You know, it was definitely a little bit tricky getting the corners to align here. But I think we did a pretty good job. As you can see with all of my son's trophies and R2-D2 Lego build outs, it's looking good and he's super stoked on it. We're super stoked on it. As far as the product review, I'd say the floating shelves are really awesome. The only thing that we had a little trouble with was getting those drywall anchors in. They broke off, but like you saw, enough plastic was in there to sink the screws in. The maximum weight capacity isn't that heavy for these floating shelves, so you know, keep that in mind. Anytime you're drilling into drywall, it's going to be like that. But boom! So there it is, how to hang floating shelves. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to like, be sure to drop a comment below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.